News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Charlie Pellet. The focus is on Mar-a-Lago, where President Trump said he had a good and very productive phone call with Russian leader Vladimir Putin just before Trump began a face-to-face meeting with the president of Ukraine.
I think we're in final stages of talking, and we're going to see. Otherwise, it's going to go on for a long time. It'll either end, or it's going to go on for a long time, and millions of additional people are going to be killed. Millions.
Vladimir Zelensky and Trump are at the president's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida as he pushes for a peace deal in the long-running war. Ukraine, meanwhile, confirms it launched a counterattack to Russia's weekend assault. Bloomberg's Monica Ricks has details.
Ukraine says it attacked the Caesar oil refinery in Russia's southern Samara region overnight for the second time this month. It caused a fire at the site, damaging the oil products pipeline and machinery involved in production. The extent of the damage is still unclear, but this refinery helps supply fuel to Russia's army. The strike follows Russia's drone and missile attack Saturday on Kyiv, which caused one death, dozens of injuries, and left thousands without power, water, and heat amid freezing temperatures. Monica Ricks, Bloomberg Radio.
A powerful winter storm was sweeping east from the plains today, driven by what meteorologists are describing as an intense cyclone that is expected to impact much of the country with a mixture of snow, ice, rain, and strong winds. And that means flight delays on one of the busiest days of the year, including Newark's Liberty Airport.
We were supposed to leave at, 7, so it's a little over an hour delay so far.
The snowy holiday season in the upper Midwest and Northeast come as spring-like warmth continues in much of the nation's midsection and south. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she is confident the Democrats will retake the House in the midterms. So will they try to impeach President Trump? Pelosi spoke on ABC's This Week.
One person who is responsible for the impeachments of Donald Trump is Donald Trump. It's not something you decide to do. It's what violation of the Constitution he engages in. So that's not something you say, we're going to impeach him. Well, but you can have the power of subpoena to get information from these agencies of government who are not supplying any information.
As for those midterm elections, Carol Pepper is the CEO of Pepper International.
So as long as there's more steadiness this year, hopefully, on the direction of the economics and hopefully some further relief on tariffs, you'll see the market happy enough. And it's still an open question of who's going to win the midterms, but it will be something that will take up a lot of airtime, but not necessarily a lot of economic change per se for the markets.
Carol Pepper, CEO of Pepper International. One person is dead, another left critically injured after two helicopters collided in southern New Jersey. It happened around 11:25 this morning in Hamilton, where the police chief said police and fire crews extinguished flames that engulfed one of the helicopters. Hamilton is about 35 miles southeast of Philadelphia. In business, Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan says maintaining the banking system's independence is important. This comes as President Trump searches for a new chair of the Federal Reserve.
We're a country that's driven by the private sector, by what people do, and in the businesses and the companies, small companies and large companies, medium-sized companies and entrepreneurs and doctors and lawyers. All these people drive our economy. The idea that we are like hanging on the thread by the Fed moving rates 25 basis points, it seems to me we've gotten out of whack.
Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan speaking on CBS's Face the Nation. Heading into the new year, apparel retailers could see a lift from weight loss drugs. Deborah Weinswig is the CEO and founder of Coresight Research.
If you go back to what's driving a lot of apparel demand right now, it is actually GLP-1. So about 1 in 5 Americans have been on GLP-1. Of those, about 72% have changed the size or more.
And she adds it's not just apparel.
They're changing shoe size, they're changing jewelry size. So it's really apparel, footwear, and accessories across the board is driving a significant amount of growth.
Deborah Weinswig of Coresight Research, interviewed on Bloomberg Television. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Charlie Pellet, and this is Bloomberg.